The Golden Arches. Many a race across the city has been done before. Most notably Top Gear doing two, one in London, one in St Petersburg. And each time, quite often, the bicycle has been at or quite near the top, beating a lot of the other things, cars, public transport, whatever else. But it's always pretty obvious that if the bicycle was a motorcycle, it would probably trounce everything quite easily. But fast forward 12 years since the Top Gear London race, and two things have quite drastically changed since then. One, our cities have got busier and busier, and more infrastructure is put in place to discourage the use of personal vehicles such as motorcycles and cars, and encourage use of bicycles. The second thing is that so many bicycles nowadays are electric. As such, with these two big changes, is a motorcycle really quicker than a bicycle? To find out, it's a race across the city. This time, the one of car park royalty and underdog football teams, Leicester. Leicester, like many great British cities, has 9 McDonald's within a short stone's throw of its city centre. As such, it is a race from the most southerly one inside the ring road to the most northern. In the orange corner, my own Aprilia 210,000R, a 130 odd horsepower motorcycle with a direct connection between your right hand and some exploding petrol. And in the green corner, we have the electric mountain bike. It uses a pedal assist system which makes a hybrid of the lithium battery on board and the Frosties that you ate for breakfast that morning. In order to make it a race across the city and not around the city, each competitor must go to 2 key waypoints. They must be able to see the football stadium at some point during the journey, and they must take a photo of the cathedral. So, who we got riding the bikes? Me. Early this morning, I came to this very same spot, set off on the mountain bike, and got to the other McDonald's and recorded the time to beat. Let me just check my notes along with the introduction script. 35 minutes and 14 seconds. Time to set the timer going on this journey and try and beat that. Check the clock on the motorcycle, which I shall tape up for the rest of the journey, just so I don't know where I'm at until I get there. It will set off at exactly 1 o'clock. Boom. Let's go. Outside already, more faff with the more gear you got on a motorbike. And even as we try to leave this little shopping estate thing, bicycle's already going to be pulling ahead. It can go down there and find a shortcut through the hedges for your footpath. Me, I've got to go on the road all the way around. Of course, the big question that most people are going to have watching this is that, well, hang on, if you've done the cycle run at a different time to the motorbike run, how's that going to be a fair comparison? Traffic and all that sort of thing, it's going to make a huge difference. It would. But because all the cycle infrastructure is off the road, no matter what time of day you do it, and there's many people trying to walk their dogs in 9 in the morning as there is at midday. Besides, this has been a fun more than anything. So in order to go by the 2 landmarks I've got to go past for both vehicles, the route is as follows. Google thinks the motorcycle route will take about 20 minutes or so. The bicycle route, Google thinks, just over half an hour. So you're going to automatically think, case closed surely. But it does not take into account an electric bicycle, which, by the way, is already off the road because it's going down there on an old train line or something like that into the city. But let's talk a bit about the electric. It is my own vehicle, and I've had it for over a year or so, and I use it 90% of the time for commuting. Me, it's probably the cheapest way to get to and from work with no petrol, no insurance, no tax or anything like that, and it also gets you a bit of fitness in for the day. Even though it's an electric bike, it's still pedal assist, i.e. it's not just all on a throttle that you control, you've got a pedal to make it work, and if you pedal harder, you will go faster. Not purely because of the electric. If you try harder, the electric doesn't have to work as hard to get to the same speed, so you can go faster using the same power. What that equates to is that the average journey difference time from what Google thinks a cycle journey takes to what it actually takes on the electric bicycle is about 30%. It's a big chunk. And the time that Google gave for the journey on the motorcycle, that does not take into account traffic, because I looked at it in the evening when I was researching this when there was no traffic. Of course I can filter and all that sort of thing, but a long queue is still a long queue to get through, regardless of what you're in or on. Yeah, I reckon it's going to be pretty close. Especially as already my first chunk of time going into the city is relatively slow passing. And of course I could be trying to overtake here and go past and do all that sort of thing, but that's just not the sort of rider I am. I filter, but I don't try and manically get ahead of everything and be angry at everything. But I guess it balances out because I was the same on the bicycle. Every time I came across someone walking a dog or a pedestrian or something, I've got no bother in slowing right down and letting it all go past and carry on as normal, really. Yeah, let's crack on. whilst I cycle quite a lot, mostly for the commuting as aforementioned, I'm definitely not a keen cyclist. I don't splash out on the best equipment or posh pedals or whatever else you can spend money on bicycles. It's definitely more of a tool than anything else. But for me, motorcycles they're the primary form of my transport, but they're also my absolute hobby and interest in everything. Anyway, as we pull up here, we look over to the left and there's the football stadium. That's Leicester City Football Stadium. Just got to lay eyes on it, this one. It's the cathedral that I've got to stop and take a photo for. These rules I've got are just random made up to try and make the race nice and close. Surely the bike's got to win. Surely, can't use that. Bike could be both. Surely the motorcycle's got to win. Here we go, starting to get busy. It's a Saturday midday. Everyone wants to come to the city to go shopping. Seeing as for my bicycle filming, I didn't plug any form of microphone in because all you would hear is Therefore, I best give a bit of context as to the route the bicycle can take that I cannot. There is a thing in this country called the National Cycle Network, I think it is. There's routes that go all up and down the country, connecting byways or bits of road or whatever else into a highway system essentially for bicycles to get to and from and around the country. I need to be in the other lane. And for Leicester, there is the national route number 6 that goes right through the middle of the city. Yeah, a little bit of filtering done, a little bit. Right, there is the cathedral. I think it's down here that I need to go. Boom! Cathedral! There we go. Be able to go this way. Yep, there we go. Right, with that out of the way, just a straight run to the finish, to the second Mackey's. Thank you, mate. Here we go, change of lights into gear. Oh, yep, quicker than you. Doesn't matter how flash your car is, a motorbike will be faster than it through the city. Round the bus. Lovely. Thank you for the gap. That's where I need to go over. A6, that's me to this lane. Lovely. Lights changing. Go. Up to 30 as quick as possible. Then as soon as you get to the 40, up to 40. Go. This should be where the motorcycle claws its time back now. I've got through the bulk of the city and it's a pretty straight road now to the finish line. Although lots of traffic lights, something that I only hear once or twice whilst on the bicycle. It's empty lane which no one's using for some reason. Ooh, nifty. It is definitely a good point as well that this route is nowhere near as aesthetically pleasing as the route I took on the bicycle. Canal towpaths and all them sort of things make for lovely things to look at whilst you're going along. Main roads going past supermarkets and car showrooms, not so much. You stopping? Good. Filter. Not far now. Come on, I absolutely have to have decimated the bicycle. Can't have lost to it, surely. This was much quicker. Wait for him to come alongside and then go for it. Ooh, she'd be tight, she'd be tight. Yeah, we're good, we're good. And that was where I popped out earlier on the bicycle, onto this road, and there is the McDonald's car park. We're at the other end of the ring road, but I imagine, yep, I've got to do a lap of that roundabout before I can get in that car park. With both the bicycle and the motorbike routes I've taken, I've done both before, but they're not uber familiar routes or anything. I don't do them daily or anything like that. I'm sure there's ways for the motorbike and the bicycle that I could have made better time and gone faster, but hey, it's a fun comparison. And besides, like my train versus motorbike comparison, I can all them making it look and feel dramatic in the video editing. It's fine. Go, just stop here, that'll be fine. Pretty much where I stopped earlier on the bicycle anyway. Right, 35 minutes to beat. Oh, why did I do that? Ready? 4! Yes! Tell you what, that was closer than I thought. What's that, 6 minutes quicker? That is not much. Wow. Quite surprised how close that was. I reckon if I knew the bicycle route a bit better so I could be more decisive about the junctions that you come across, and if I was to just pedal that bit harder, I reckon I could beat that. Given how close that was, choose your city better, one that's potentially got maybe a bit more cycling infrastructure or a bit more restrictive on the road system. say, Amsterdam or London or something like that, yeah, I think the bicycle will probably win. Anyway, that's speculation. What is factual information? Motorbikes are better in every way than electric mountain bikes. Petrol and right wrists are still significantly stronger than legs and lithium batteries. Not going to make news headlines today, that is it? Motorbike with 130 horsepower faster than a bicycle. Yeah, motorcyclists, rest assured, your vehicles aren't pointless yet. Get in. So, that was that. Thanks very much for watching. Till next time, ta-ta.